And if you notice the last 10 minutes of us speaking, we didn't even mention the Stylo 5.
This is your first time here and you want to know more about the latest promotions and phones, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button to be the first notified. If you walk into a store tomorrow, just sum it up for you guys, and you're on a budget, go with the CoolPad Legacy. Because at the end of the day, you might be walking out with a new activation plus the first month that you choose. And you want a little bit higher end phone, you're in between the Stylo 5, the Moto G7, and the Samsung A20. If you want something with a big battery, forget everything else, go with the Moto G7. All right. And then if you have the Stylo, if you like the stylus pen, no other phone has that, then go with the Stylo 5. This is just to sum it up for you guys if somebody's walking into a Metro PCS store tomorrow. So I'm going to go over them real quick. This is all confirmed, 100% official information. So the A20 is $239 retail, $179 with upgrade, $79 with a new line. I was thinking it's $139, $129. No, it's actually $79 with the new line. LG Stylo 5 and G7, you got a really good competition. We were saying earlier to go with the Samsung A20 if you got more cash, but now you talk about the same price.
So what are you at, JG? If you're going with the A20, you're going to pay $80 for the phone. You're going to pay your taxes, obviously. You're going to pay a month?
And pay the month.
Okay.
Exactly. And so that's across. I was thinking it's $139, but if it's like that, then this is across the board for the G7, for the Stylo 5 and the A20. And so the CoolPad Legacy, here's the crazy thing about it too. If you would get it, thinking about getting the CoolPad or the LG K40 or the Samsung A10e, don't even look at the LG K40 anymore. Don't even look at the Samsung A10e no more. Definitely get the CoolPad Legacy because they're selling for $19.99 with a new line. $19, right?
So and you're going in at what, like you're going in at like $60?
About $60, $70. Yeah, for everything out the door with the new phone. And like we were saying,
it's got dual cameras on the back. It's got a fingerprint scanner. It's got an 18:9 aspect ratio, 1080p, 4,000 milliamp-hour battery. That's tons of value.
Yeah, you know, honestly, the CoolPad, it's like the sweet spot. Honestly, you know, it's not up there with the 5,000 milliamp battery, but it's a 4,000 milliamps. You got that dual camera, and it looks really nice. It's honestly a nice looking phone. It's not like
it does look good.
Yeah. So honestly, CoolPad, it's stepped up its game because I don't know if you recall, CoolPad was shitty phones. I'm sorry, but they were crappy phones. Like the phone that they had back then, I wouldn't recommend it on anyone. But now they've really stepped up their game. You know, so it seems like there's going to be some competition these coming years with even the manufacturers. Because if it's CoolPad is stepping up its game like this, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes ZTE's spot. Because ZTE,
as long as they don't use MediaTek processors.
Yeah, exactly. So honestly, the CoolPad is now filling in the place of ZTE. You know how they have like this cult following after ZTE? Because honestly, they were making good phones with good specs for low end prices, like really low prices. So it seems like CoolPad now is going to take in the advantage with ZTE.
They can kind of slide in their lane or something.
Exactly, because you know what happened with ZTE and Huawei being banned and all of that stuff. Spying.
Was that about a year ago? The ZTE thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ZTE was doing really good at Metro, and they honestly got hit hard because I think Metro. I wouldn't be surprised if Metro is one of their biggest customers in the U.S. because all day I was selling LG phones and the ZTE phones right after it. So right after that ban thing happened, and I guess, you know, the government was saying, hey, we don't want no carriers dealing with them. And if you want us to deal with, you know, especially with T-Mobile, like you want us to help you with the merger, you make sure you don't take these Huawei phones and ZTE phones. And I remember reading an article about that. And T-Mobile was like, oh, no problem. You're going to help us with the merger? Bye-bye ZTE, bye-bye Huawei. We're not going to deal with you no more. The ZTE Blade, the Z Max, and Pro customers are all getting the CoolPads.
There you go, JG. They're sliding in the lane, man.
I told you, it makes total sense.
Man, when the cat is away, the mice will play, man. I kind of like, you know, the way that we broke it down in terms of spending category, because a lot of people, you know, like that's the bottom line. What's the best phone I can get at this price point? So if I'm coming in with very little cash in hand, the goal is to get the best phone that Metro by Tmobile will give me. So maybe I'm spending $30, $50, or $80 because that would be the phone in the month, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It
So it's
looks like the cool pads, it's the one, right?
Mhm.
If you've got the extra money to spend, you're going with a trusted name with trusted performance. You're going with the Galaxy A20. I don't want to make the stylo seem like it's an afterthought, but the stylo didn't do enough this year, JG.
Exactly.
And if you notice the last 10 minutes of us speaking, we didn't even mention the Stylo 5.
Last year, if I was on a live stream with you, all we would be talking about right now would be the Stylo 4 the whole time. But this year, it's like, mentioning it last place somehow, but it's saying, you know what, at the end of the day, if you want a stylus pen, okay, get it. But otherwise, if you don't really care about the stylus pen, then you have way better options on the table. And something he mentioned regarding the LG Stylo 5, the reason for why it didn't have these major changes is because, like what I was telling you earlier, our customers, the main thing they wanted was the price point. And for the reason they probably didn't upgrade that much specs is because they need to keep the cost down, right? And so for them to do that, they couldn't do this major upgrade because they need to offer to the customers these free upgrades, free port-ins, all these free promotions. And for them to do that, they couldn't have went too much of an upgrade. So that actually explains a lot. For all the heat we're giving LG from a business perspective and the contract that they probably have with Metro PCS is like, hey, man, listen, our customers, they need this price point. Yes, you might piss off a couple people, but unfortunately, we can't afford to go up that much in the specs. And at the end of the day, if you're giving you a phone for free, right, they're giving you a phone for free. Yeah, any change in upgrade is actually sufficient.
I think that's probably the bottom line is we're gonna allow you to promote this device on a free entry level point under certain circumstances. There's only so much we could do for the hardware.
We do all of this stuff. We try to research as much information as we can, give you guys all the details, all the leaks about all the phones, so that you don't go out there and you see. Look, we concluded in this podcast that one of the best phones to get is actually the CoolPad if you want the sweet spot, and not two hand and not low end. So if you walk in there and you didn't watch a podcast like this or didn't do your research, you wouldn't really know what to get. And you would have probably got the LG K40, which is not too bad, but you would have been really winning if you got the CoolPad.
Well, we named 3 or 4 devices to get, that we feel are better than the K40. All right, we got a question from KBro777. Should I get the A6 or the A20? JG, have at it.
Oh, the A20, definitely, hands down.
Newer phone, better specs.
Yeah. And then with the promotions, if you're porting in, K-Bro, if you're porting in or if you have a new activation, you get this amazing deal right now. So most definitely the A20.
Alexander Rawl, I've gotten 17 to 18 hours of SOT on my G7 Power. That is absurd. I get about 8 to 9 hours of screen on time on my Google Pixel 3a XL, and I'm astonished by the 9 hours.
Wow.
I could only imagine that must be 2 days of heavy use.
Hands down, if somebody's looking at battery life and there's always on the go or traveling, don't want to carry that extra battery pack, get that G7. Definitely. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification button to be notified when I upload more videos. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one.